August 2020 numbers are in for the luxury single family home market in Broward County. You don't want to miss this. If you're a home seller, you are going to be impressed. Stay tuned. August 2020 was one that was very favorable for our luxury home owners who were looking to sell in this market. So let's just dive right in and take a look at what the luxury real estate market for million-plus homes looked like for you as a luxury seller. Now, we saw 116 real buyers, or you may hear closed sales, in the month of August. That was an increase of 103.5% year over year compared to August of 2019. The median days on market decreased by 33.7% to only 108 days. Now, you might be saying, Neil, how is that a decrease? Is that a good thing? Absolutely, because don't forget that we're specifically talking about million-plus single-family homes in Broward County. So a median days on market of 108 days is phenomenal. Now we're going to look at inventory first in terms of new listings that hit the market. In August, we saw 153 new offerings come onto the market, which was an increase of 28.6% in the amount of new listings for a million plus year over year. Now, what is this attributed to? Much of it is because of the pushback of our selling season from the spring to the fall, or the summer to the fall. So we're seeing sellers now who didn't list in the summer months get ready to come onto the market, or came onto the market in August, and you'll see what impact that had on total inventory numbers, which we're going to look at right now. So August overall million-plus inventory was only 825 offerings in all of Broward County for million-plus listings. Now, statistically, this is a 19.2% decrease compared to August of 2019. Well, once again, why does this matter? We know that many affluent home owners took their properties off the market and didn't decide to sell their home right now. Many of you even decided, maybe I don't want to downsize and go back into the city living. Maybe I want to just enjoy my time in this expansive property that I'm in. So we did see a decrease in overall amount of listing inventory to 825 total offerings for the month of August. Now let's take a look at the most active, or the highest price point zip codes. And many of you who've been following me or the luxury market for any amount of time, you're not surprised by the only zip code to have a median sales price of $1 million plus. That was zip code 33301 in Fort Lauderdale. The median price point there for sales was 1.8 million, and that is the median sales price. The average sales price was 2.1 million. So that was the only zip code, 301, that actually had a higher median sales price than $1 million. Now, two other zip codes had million-plus average sales prices. If you aren't familiar with the difference between median and average, be sure to comment or shoot me a message either via email or social media, text message, however you like, and I'll get that explanation over to you. The first zip code that had an average sales price above $1 million was zip code 308. The average sales price there was $1.179 million. And then we had zip code 316. So 33316 came in with an average sales price of $1.527 million. Now, I do want to make you aware that both zip code 308 and zip code 301 had lower median sales prices than $1 million. Because I know right here on Luxury Home Broward, we're always talking about the million plus single family home market right here in Broward County. So at this point, let me remind you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, be sure to subscribe so that you can get all of the most relevant and accurate information first, so you can make informed decisions. And when you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon so that you can get notified as soon as new videos come on. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to request your free or complimentary luxury real estate playbook so that we can get that over to you, so you can help make informed decisions when it's time for you to buy or sell. So right now we're going to look at the top 3 luxury sales in Broward County for waterfront and non-waterfront properties. The first property sold in zip code 301, no surprise, on Pelican Drive for $9 million. You know, great sale. However, it only sold at 75% of the original list price, which was $12 million, after being on the market for 42 days. And there was a $1 million seller contribution. So we're looking at realistically about a 67% list price to sales price ratio after the $1 million seller contribution and being on the market for 42 days. That one went to a cash buyer. The second highest waterfront sale took place in Hollywood, zip code 019 in Hollywood, Florida, a zip code that does have some luxury appeal to it. And this was on South Lake Drive. This one traded at 96.6% of the original list price. Trading price was $4.3 million after only being on the market for 26 days. And once again, this one did go to a cash buyer. And rounding out our top 3 waterfront property single family home sales for the month of August was a property on Tropic Drive in zip code 308, where the average sales price was $1.179 million. The median sales price did dip below that $1 million mark, but this zip code on Tropic Drive, this transaction, this closed transaction on Tropic Drive closed at $4.75 million, 80% of list price in 43 days, where the buyer did utilize or take advantage of these low interest rates and utilized financing. So let's move over to the non-waterfront transactions where real buyers came to market and decided to walk away with a brand new property. The highest transaction took place in Parkland, zip code 076 on Lemongrass Drive for 97% of the original list price. Transaction close price was $3.875 after being on the market for 26 days. Number 2 took place in zip code 308. There it is again, that 308 zip code on Coral Ridge View Drive, where a cash buyer, after 560 days on the market, they decided to take that property for 97.3% of the original list price, and the closed transaction price was $3.595 million. So we've gotten 5 of our 6 out of the way. Last but certainly not least, a financed buyer, after 72 days on the market, took this property in the 304 zip code in Fort Lauderdale, located on Northeast 13th Street, for $2.85 million. That was 95.2% of the original list price. So if you are a seller, just know that buyers are, for strategically priced properties and well-positioned properties, buyers are coming to market with the 94, 95, even 97 or 98% of original list price. So keep that in mind when you're positioning your property. That's going to do it for this episode on Luxury Homes Broward. I'm Neil Oates Jr., broker owner of world-renowned real estate. I'll see you next time. Until then, don't be average, be world-renowned. Take care.